Alright, you guys, if you're gonna do this, you need to, like, okay, first of all, you're gonna have to do better than this, right? Because yesterday, that whole ordeal with the case manager, okay? Me finally cracking down and telling her everything that I knew, and her gaslighting me about it, alright? I didn't tell her about this, but she knew about it, because you all are in contact with each other. And how I know that is because every time she shows up, somebody, the group from 135 who all hang out together out front and watch every fucking move I make and are in my phone, come up to her like you know her, but you pretend like you don't know her. But every single time somebody from that room makes contact with my case manager. Now, the motel up here, one of the owner's daughter, she knew about my case with child service. I didn't tell her about that. How does she know about that? You keep giving me these things, but they don't have like a date for when we're supposed to leave, right? But you always put it. Look, this says that it was well, it's the date printed on it is April 11th. This was not on my door yesterday. This was on my door this morning. Why are you waiting so long? This is some TLP shit. This is what they would do in there. They would only give me mail that would upset me, and the dates would always be like a week or two late so that I'd be fucked. This is the same shit, different day, and I am not participating in this because you do this so that I'm screwed because you're all a bunch of bullies. Yesterday, I confronted her out front of my room while there was another case manager sitting in a car right there. She was trying to keep it quiet, so I wasn't going to let her keep gaslighting me. I sent email after email after email since December complaining about the abuse here, asking to be moved to a different room, asking to be moved to a different motel, begging for you to quit fucking with my benefits, asking for the proper applications to reapply for the benefits so we wouldn't lose this room. Do not start with me today, because I brought all of this up to her yesterday and I did it outside so everybody could hear, because you all are listening, you're all involved in this. But you can't keep doing the date thing. You can't keep fucking me like that. Because today is the 22nd. Let's see. Yeah, 23rd. This says that it was issued April 11th, but it still does not have a court date. It still does not have an actual when I'm supposed to be out of here date on it. But this was issued on April 11th. You put this on my door on the 23rd. Do you see where I'm going with this? This is a game to you. It's not a game to me. I have all the emails proving that I begged for the application to try to get this room taken care of before we were going to be evicted. But you never answered me. But that day that we were supposed to be evicted, all of you were hanging out outside when they brought the trucks out to celebrate my homelessness, because you were all involved in setting that up. All right? Now, yesterday I also told her I would not be working with OTA anymore. Ever. I'm not signing up for it again. I am not filing for anything at that fucking place ever again. Because I have maps and you guys call and cancel my rides. So I can't use the transportation that I had 2 doctors write letters for me to be able to apply for so that I could go to the store. So that my kid could be able to go out. So we wouldn't have to ride the train or the bus. Because we have physical disabilities. And walking just to the fucking bus stop hurts us. But you guys call and cancel the rides because you're a bunch of grown-ass bullies. One of you was waiting out here laughing when I saw this on the door, because you all know about my fucking case before I do. You're my neighbors. You shouldn't know about it, but you just want to pull me out of my joy. You just want to pull me out of my happiness. You don't want me to have any money. You don't want me to have any stability, because I've got some fucking opportunities coming up for me that none of you could ever achieve in your miserable lives. So you want to fuck it up for me so that I can't pay for anything. You already fucked up every single job opportunity I had here. Everything I applied for, you interfered with for 2.5 years so that I couldn't even have the money to pay for this myself. I even tried to start an OnlyFans so that we would not lose this room. But you fucked that up too, didn't you? Because you're in my phone, girly pops. Enough of this. Enough. This is illegal what you're doing, and I have proof of every bit of it, which is why you are trying to harass and intimidate me. But I have proof, and I am not moving. Because if you can't even do it legally, but all of you have been taking bribes from that woman to harass me. It's the same type of harassment that was going on at that place, and you are all friends with people who work there, related to people who work there. That fucking van out there I used to ride to Social Security in. Don't fuck with me anymore. Enough of this. I'm not giving any more of you any information about what I'm doing. You don't need to know. You are already in my phone reading my fucking emails and listening to my phone conversations, and you get more upset when I cancel. Like I set up a doctor's appointment and then I canceled it because I knew that there's at least 2 women down here that are in my phone and know, and they're doing something when I call the doctor's office, right? So I set an appointment up and then I canceled it on purpose to see what would happen, and within a minute of that appointment's time, 2 of them were out here screaming and bitching in the hallway. It is not a coincidence, ma'am. Like she kept telling me yesterday, these are all coincidences. No, they're not. They are not coincidences. I came from a small town where everyone was connected. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody was in everybody's pocket. I know how this works. I've lived it before. This is not my first rodeo, but this time, after experiencing it there and having to run away from it, I decided I was going to keep tabs, keep a detailed record of everything that went on, because it followed me all the way to North Carolina. And when it crosses state lines, and there's this many people involved, then sometimes investigations take a little while, because they gotta get all of the moving parts together. But you guys cannot stop harassing me, because you probably have mail for me, because you don't give me my mail. You only give me the bad news. You only give me shit like this. You don't give me all of my mail, which again is a federal offense. Paying off people to print out stuff like this. There's nothing on here that tells me when I'm supposed to evacuate. It's just stuff to get me stressed out and afraid. But I'm not afraid of you, because I have people watching. That you have been being watched. But this, April 11th, you do this when I talk about what you've been doing to me in videos. You have been the entire time. You do it when I confront one of you about your behavior and what you've been doing to me, and then you Darvo me, and then something like this will show up every time. A bill, a summons, every time. Instead of you stopping, interfering with me being able to work, with me being able to apply for benefits and keep them. If you'd stop doing that, I'd have the fucking money to pay for this. You guys got my benefits cut off because you didn't like me. And then you stole my birthday food and fed it to cats on video, which I have copies of all of the videos. I have copies of every fucking comment you made in all the comment sections where you'd all get together and bully me. I have all of that. This don't mean shit to me because I have you and you know that. I have evidence of the beating on the wall and screaming. And then I have evidence of me telling you about it. And then I have all the emails where I reported it to social services and they did nothing. In fact, after I told social services, the harassment increased tenfold. There are no coincidences here. There are not. I'm not backing down from you. The fucking bill will get paid. It will, because I've got some opportunities coming up that aren't any of your business. But since everyone here seems to be so up everybody's butt and so entitled, you're not entitled to my time, my energy, or my business. You're not. And if you keep punishing me, like not making coffee, because if you keep being abusive, you certainly won't get access to me. Because I'm not like everybody else here. I'm not a people pleaser. I'm not here to please you or make you comfortable. I'm here to gain stability for myself and my child. I don't give a fuck how any of you feel about me. In fact, I kind of relish in it. Because you deserve to go down for what you've been doing. You're being terrible. You're being abusive. You don't like being called out for your shitty behavior. So you use illegal means to push your weight around so that you can keep being abusive and keep being terrible. Not on my watch. Knock, knock, knock. Now, give it a fucking rest. Leave it alone. Leave me alone for a minute. I've got a plan. You don't get to be involved in that plan. And that plan doesn't include signing my fucking soul over again to social services so you can fucking bully me and take my shit away whenever you fucking feel like, whenever I piss you off by singing. You guys don't like that because I'm good at it. And I'm about to have some opportunities that you guys wouldn't get. Because A, you're cruel. And karma doesn't work that way. And B, you don't have the kind of work ethic that I actually do. Or the fucking ambition to pull it off. You do this with your power. That's not what I plan on doing with mine. You're not holding me back from anything. But this doesn't even say when to leave. It's some sort of summons, but it doesn't. And then all it is just a bunch of flyers for, hey, why don't we call this number to apply for another thing that you're going to have to wait 6 to 8 weeks to get approved for. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. This got put on my door because I told her yesterday that I will not be applying with OTA ever again. And when I leave here, it's going to be investigated, all of this. You picked the wrong one to fuck with. But this doesn't even have a date when to leave, but it was issued on the 11th. Today is the 23rd, so you slap it on my door after I confronted somebody for the shitty things that have been going on here and their lack of accountability and them being paid to be an advocate for us and not advocating for us. That's what this is. That's all this ever is. Retaliation for me speaking up about your shitty behavior, about you not doing your jobs properly. And when she said to me yesterday, well, not everybody does their job the way that you wish that they would. I said, yeah, well, nobody does? Like, not a single soul that works there does what they're supposed to do? Well, then that's not a fucking me problem either. That's a you problem. You fixed it. You just don't like being called out for it because you got away with it for so long. And you didn't expect this bitch to be the one to call you out on it. You were gonna kill me. You were gonna bully and abuse me into submission so that I would either take it out on myself or be so afraid to talk that I couldn't. I'd be shaking in my boots and do whatever you said. No, because I see through everybody. This doesn't fucking work for me. I got an opportunity coming up that I'll be able to make this in fucking 1 hour. But you won't leave me alone to let me fucking take care of anything. So it's not my problem, it's yours. You need to fix this. You need to get your shit and your story straight. This doesn't fly with me, and I've got about 8 lawyers that I fucking follow that have been watching. One of them the entire time. He's a friend. The entire time has been watching. Before we even left Tennessee. So don't. I told her all this stuff yesterday. These are all just tactics with you people. You don't have the upper hand here, and you know that because you did a whole lot. And people saw it. I am not putting up with this. I am not, because I've seen things here. I've seen the connections. I have seen some of the people that sign these documents hanging out and doing things they shouldn't be doing. Do not. But this was because, and see, that's the thing. You all tell me, I'm not connected to them. I'm not connected to them. I don't know them. But every time, when you get mad, you show who's connected to who. You show who knows who and who's been calling who. Because you can't regulate those emotions because what? What have I said this whole time? That program isn't effective. And if it was, you wouldn't be behaving like this. And I wouldn't have left that program homeless or hungry or without benefits in the first fucking place. And the fact that all of you enable those people to continue to abuse their positions of power and authority just proves it's not effective. And it proves that you are enabling the ones that are doing harm. And that me, being the one who was harmed and speaking up about it, isn't in your best interest, and it certainly isn't good for business. Go away. About a week. Alright? About a week. And this will all be ancient history. This will be taken care of. Don't fucking worry about it. I don't need you, and I don't need social service to pay for anything. In fact, you're hindering me from being able to do anything. So back off. Give me a week. And shove this right up your ass. You already had people outside waiting and laughing about it, but you failed to look at fucking dates. You failed to look at the actual details and the context of the whole picture. You just look for little things to fucking pick, and it's ridiculous, and I don't want any part of it. And I absolutely have the upper hand, which is why you keep pushing and keep doing this crap. And all it is flyers. Most of it is flyers. April 10th on this. But I didn't even receive the one that was for April 10th until the 12th, when you shoved all 4 of them that you had saved for a couple of days under the door, making it so that I would miss out, because that's what you do. And then it's supposed to look like it's my fault, but you do these tactics over and over and over and over and over. So there is a pattern. And it's a pattern to try to fuck me up, to fuck up anything I've got going, to just ruin my day and put me in a bad mood, because I cannot be in a good mood. That pisses you off too, and then you start abusing me. So, no, this doesn't work for me. This is the 23rd, that says April 11th, and none of this has an evacuation date on it. So now you're gonna find a judge that'll print one out, or you probably just print this out, like you have somebody that works there and they just print this out for you. You give them a couple bucks, because this isn't notarized. I'm not gonna accept this. But I am going to need a lawyer outside of here, like outside of Morris Plains, Morris County, and probably a couple surrounding counties in New Jersey. If anybody can help me, I would greatly appreciate it, because I'm done with this. And some of you have seen the abuse that we've been dealing with, and a lot of it is just straight discrimination. And I know that the laws have been changing, but I'm going to need somebody outside of here to talk to about this, because I am not backing down, and I'm so fucking done with it. It is day in, day out harassment, and the people in this motel have somebody upstairs watching us bathe. So I'd like to address that too, because I addressed it in several emails. I addressed in several emails to social services the weeks leading up. At least 3 weeks before, I sent an email asking for help to reapply so we wouldn't lose this room in the first place. And they sabotaged that. So I'm going to need some help. If anybody can help me. I've studied and learned a lot about the law while I was going through this, because I was trying to protect myself. But I'm going to need some help. They've got too many people involved in this. And now it's become an organized thing. And I know there's eyes on it from outside of here, but I'm gonna need some help. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. What a good morning. You didn't make coffee again, I see. Is that because you were setting this up to abuse and piss me off? Because you guys had something set up at social services yesterday, and I told her I wouldn't go because I had a feeling that you had something set up? Yeah, probably. It's probably why you're not making coffee. Anyway, oh, it's going to be a great day.